started streaming. I've been streaming for a few hours now. So that'd be why. That'd be why. All right, give me 1 second, folks. Let me get my champions leveled up here. Get to working on the next adventure. There it is. Yeah, it should be all the speed stuff. Boom. All right. Level everybody up. I clearly, if you can't tell, I have a lot of favor. I got like E30 favor in the campaign, which for this account is a lot of favor for this event. So I can level up a lot right away. Lets me just kind of AFK and answer questions. I will get back to chat in a second. Hold on. Just get everything. You don't have enough familiars to automate all of this. This is a free-to-play account. This is my second account. Well, second. It's the second account I'm actively playing at the moment. Shangri now have a good gem farm going, thanks to your guides. Nice. My Briv and Human have long ways to go on animals. Yeah. It's the best only way to get contracts, buying chests with gems. Yes. And gold or silver chests. I only buy gold chests. There's an argument out there that mathematically it's a little faster to do silvers, but then you're losing a lot of the stuff that you could only get out of golds, and I'd rather have all of that stuff. So I would stick to that, and then probably it just depends on where your Briv and your Human are. If you're trying to do automated, if your goal is to get to automated Briv gem farming, then getting your Briv to guaranteed 1 jump, 20% chance to skip 2 is like the minimum threshold. And then you could start that system, which is going to be better. At that point, it's better to do an automated system than to just do regular gem farms. And then you'll start leveling up much faster. Kept sticking to tier 8 in trials the last few weeks because I feel like my contribution is going to look bad compared to others in the last 2 tiers. I mean, look, if you're able to complete, like, I don't know if you've had a run that's gone all 7 days, but if when you go in, you never get like stopped by a restriction and you can't contribute anymore, then try the next tier. Tier 10 isn't, like, as you're climbing up, if you're at tier 8, tier 10 is not that much more difficult. So try tier 9 next time, and if you can contribute every day that you need to, then try tier 10. Really, you just got to make sure that you're able to meet all your daily goals. Like, you can do a decent first day. It doesn't have to be as high as everybody else's. When you get up there, some people are gonna have really high contributions. But if you can do a solid first day and then you meet your area goal every day after that, then you're doing what you need to do. And it's totally fine. Roxy, how to use the code? You click up here, click on this, you copy paste the code out of the chat right here, or you just type it in. Type it in, like, you know. That's how you get it. Well, again, treason, they have been issued. I started this game hours ago. Started this stream hours ago. So the second my stream went up, the code went up. CNE announced that they reduced Diana's dexterity. Did they? Hold on. Pull up my guide for her. 16 versus 16. And that's 16. That's the way it was when she launched, Delcoon. I don't... Yeah. So I just started playing. I recall saying in one of your videos to understand how that works. So each run increases the favor that the next run gives you. What? So the higher your favor gets. So when you do a run, you're earning gold. So at the top left, this is the gold that I've earned. But it tracks like your overall conversion here. Like, so based off the gold that I've earned, I'm gonna get this much favor from the run. And if this number is bigger than whatever I had before, then the next time I go in, the favor acts as a multiplier on your gold find. It becomes your gold find. And thus you'll earn more gold on that run and potentially be able to push deeper, earn more gold, get more favor. That's the game loop, right? At a certain point, you'll run into a wall where you can't push any further. The gold isn't helping anymore. And thus you're not going to earn a lot more favor. And that's kind of based on your overall power. Yeah, your overall pushing power is kind of going to determine that. At a certain point, favor stops helping you push further. So like if you're trying to do a deep push and you're earning less than a single order of magnitude of favor, and that's EO1. So if I did this push and I was at E12 and I could only get E12 again, couldn't get to E13, I'm basically as far as I'd be able to go with the current power that I have. Italian ice. Ooh, that sounds good right now. Where to use use the favor from the event when it's over. Is there a reason to go above the blessings you can buy? Sort of. So let me answer these kind of in order. Where do you use it? Normally, like this is my new account. It's in the mid game now. I dump it into the campaign that I'm currently working on. So currently, I'm working on Baldur's Gate. That's Tiamat's favor. I don't have all the blessings in Tiamat's favor either, so that's another good reason. But I feel like with one good deep push, now that I've got a lot more power, I'd be able to max this out. But I'm still going to convert here because that's where I'm working at the moment. In fact, do I have... No, okay. Oh, yeah, I have converted in here recently. I could pump these up at least a little bit. Not going to give me a lot of pushing power, but yeah. So usually you're going to want to target the campaign that you're currently working on. At some point, you'll have all the campaigns and all the blessings, and then there's another way that you decide. And then it's usually like Fortune's favor is the hardest place to earn favor. People are converting into that, but there's other reasons later on in your progress where you'll convert other places. We're about to have an ad break. I don't like to answer questions during the ad break, so I'm going to pause once that goes on. Working on progressing to Azaka and Dragon Base. So yeah, you're going to want to dump it in Tomb. Ad break. Ad break. Did I do potions? I did not do potions. Go ahead. Wait. 30 minutes. So Delcoon, are they tied on dexterity? I don't know why it would do that, but I feel like there's a rule when it's tied, it does something like maybe it's based off bench seed, or I can't remember what the rule is. And yeah, so I would love all the feats for Ezmerelda, but I don't know if I can. We'll find out in the last week if I can get that far on this account. Ad break's almost back. Are we back? Alright, I think we're back. So you're working on progressing to Azaka and Dragmate. With characters, I was able to push my favor in Tomb to E25. That's a solid amount, and you should be able to get them with that, but could go further if you wanted. I think I had E30. E28 my last run. So E25, you should be able to do it just fine. So if you want to put it into Waterdeep, you can. Just understand that with the power that you're earning in Tomb right now on your way to Zaka Dragonbait, when you get to Waterdeep, you'll be able to do another deep run there and get a ton more favor. As you can see, I kind of worked through. Initially, my Torm's favor was in the single digits. Then I went to Kellenbor, and then I hopped back into, to Tomb, and I hopped back into the Sword Coast and did a deep push. Ended up with E30, right? And then moved on. And as you progress, sometimes you'll need to do a couple deep runs to really get everything, but your progress starts snowballing, like your power starts snowballing, and you're able to carry those levels from campaign to campaign. Just don't try to grind out all the blessings at the start of the campaign. Get a good deep run in, and then do what you can, and then take the power you've earned in between, and then do another deep run. I'm finding it hard to tell if you make a formation worse with the bud. You might have to wait a minute to see if it goes down. Yeah, might also be some other stats going down. Yeah, it's you kind of got to learn. Kind of got to learn how things work and how to know, like, am I seeing my full, like, you kind of want to pause on an area so that you're building up stacks and things and then see what happens. It's you'll learn to figure it out the more practice you get, but I won't see any remove those from the UI because they think they're still valid tools early on, but I wholeheartedly disagree, because for me, if you build a house on a bad foundation, you're building a bad house, so if you're learning how to build formations based off bad metrics, you're going to build bad formations. But it's their game; they can do whatever they want, right? It's their game. I'm just a player in it. I'm just playing it. I shouldn't say player in it. I don't have a character in it. I think there should be a global feed setting we turn on and off, so you can have a default feed setting for a majority rather than having to always change for every formation. I mean, I think some people want it. I'm someone who finds the current system useful. So I'm not the target for that need, but I think there's people that need that, right? IBM Call, thank you for tier 1 for 3 months. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm looking at a different place because I'm behind in chat. Gold still all feats unlocked in silver. I mean, I only do golds, but I think if you're going to make a decision to then do silvers, I think it's after you get all your feats. Yeah. Yeah, whenever you're trying to do some of the like the variants, the restrictive variants, I mean, don't get stuck on whatever group you're used to using. Like, really, just once you get to your wall and you're like, then start, it's like start throwing spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks. That's the phrase people use, right? Like, just try all kinds of different formations, and who knows, you might find your new favorite formation that way. Get a big stretch. Yeah, it is a lot to learn all at once. Italian Ice. Don't try to learn it all at once. I didn't learn it all at once. Oh my god. My very first guide for this game is so garbage. It's real bad. But back then, like, if I look at it now, I'm like, who did that help? But back then it helped a lot of people because nobody knew really what was going on. So, we've tried to expand and make things deeper, which is why even some of the guides might seem like a lot, but it's because we've learned more of the information that, and I try to provide as much information as possible and let you make your own decisions out of it. So that's what I prefer to do. Yeah, but you just got to learn a little bit at a time. Do you know if effects like Salisa's Shield of Psychomancy... Leaves. Oh. Humans. Destroy twice as many segment stack. Yes, they do. Would you destroy 4 or 6? I want to say it's multiplicative. But we have more of these removers now than we've ever had, and I don't know that I've tried to put them all in at once. Because I want to say when you get the double and then you get the double that you're getting 4, and it's not that you were getting an extra and you're getting 3. So I think, yeah, it's, I don't know. You kind of just got to try it. You'd have to test it, but I think it's multiplicative. Because I think they're basically going, you hit it. This person applies their effect and you get a double. And then this person applies their effect. And it looks at how many you just removed and then it doubles that. Like, I think that's what it's doing, but I've never like, usually we're going so fast that I can't tell. I literally can't tell how many are getting removed at once. Yeah, it's a good question for Dev Insights, but I think even they'd be like, I'm not sure. I might have to look into that because I don't know that anybody kind of keeps that in their head. All right, taxes paid. For feats from gold chests and event champs, is it just the named chest for those feats or regular gold chest? All feats come out of regular gold chests. So these that I'm about to buy. You can only get feats out of these. You can't even get them out of the named ones. That's why when they're on the list, it says it's a gold chest feat, and it has a picture of this gold chest, because this is the chest that the feats drop out of. Hey, just before the pity timer, I'll take it. Love that it's a Jarlaxle stuffy. And we got a medium potion of speed. Nice. There's the Ezmerelda chest. Oh, we got an epic for Ezmerelda. It's not the one I wanted, but I'll take it. Ezmerelda's got 2 epics now. So, Coria, did that give us... No, she's in 10. Ah, full epic. Another champion full epic. Alright, so I think we only need 8 more epics, and we're full epic on our current core and evergreen roster. Happy days. What champions would you suggest from Dragon Down if you don't own any? Winter Savior, usually the thing you want to do is figure out, like if you're brand new and you don't have any other, and you don't have a lot of swaps, you need to figure out which seats do you need swap champions in? Because right when you start the game, you come over here, you sign up for the newsletter, and you get Hitch. And Hitch is a swap right here in 8, right? And then you're going to get Duke Ravengard and Ezmerelda, right? So you'll have Duke in that same slot. Well, so you're overstacked here. You wouldn't want to pick anybody that was also in here. Ezmerelda's in 1, and then you look at the others. Okay, there's a lot of other champions here. All things being equal, like if all your bench seats were empty, BBEG would be the first one because he's a speed champion. So he's going to provide a speed effect that's going to help you progress when you do stuff. After that, you just kind of figure out where do you want to go next? Merylwyn has a lot of gold find. So she's great for when you're new and you need to build a lot of favor. I would stay away from Binwyn. And understand that Dungeon Master's strength is in bringing an extra champion in when you're very restricted in a variant, like a patron variant or an event variant. So just understand those things. I would probably stay away from Binion. He's not that great a DPS, and I don't think he's going to get any love anytime soon. But if he does, you can get him. But if he does, then you can get him then. And then Dungeon Master is meh. But so Merylwyn, BBG probably at the top of the list if all things being equal. But you really want to try to get 2 champions in every bench seat first so that you can unlock your first background party and your first Modron core. Those are big things. Big for progress. Yeah. So I'm trying to build the new champion search feature is helpful for this. I'm trying to get to split the party 3, which needs 4 champions in every seed. So the next champion I'm going to flex, Dungeon Master. just works out. He's in seat 6. Kind of planned this out in advance. And then I'll be able to do Split the Party 3, which is the last version. Will give me my last background party and another Modron core. So that'll be on Wednesday. So that's a good way to try to look at your champion search. I just switch it to owned down here, and then it tells me who do I have where up here. Ignore this. This is just your bench. But everybody through here, who do I own? Where do I need to get a second or a third or a fourth? You can turn it on all. It's just a little messy. It's a little messy when trying to figure that out. Question: I saw a DPS pigment on a guide. Yes, but I don't know where to get them. You don't. I know where to buy the support pigments. Yes. Where do you get the DPS? You wait. Sometimes nowadays they'll maybe they'll give you one as a reward for here. Maybe they won't. Like all the other support is the only one they make available readily because there's so many champions with the support role. Everything else they kind of give us a little bit here and there. There's no quick way to get the others. There's DPS, there's tanking, and there's healing. Those are very hard to come by. How can I increase the speed of the game? Adrian, there's a lot of different ways. One of the ways I'm using right now is speed potions. That's this bottom row. But they're always hard to come by. I got a decent stack of them right now. That's because I've been spending all my gems on chests and opening those chests constantly lately. There's also speed champions. Most of the champions here are speed champions. Whittle, BBG, Sentry, Briv, Shandy, Minsk, Human, Diana. So 8 of the 10 champions in my formation apply some kind of speed effect to the game. There's also a speed core, but my core currently doesn't have the speed effect piped, so it's not active. I need to do that. Maybe we, how much we got left? We're almost done with this one. After we start the next adventure, maybe I go get that done. Dang, I only needed to do a 15-minute potion. I'm mad, I wasted them. I wish I could get a refund. Rush Xeraphon, and that was no. Oh, oof. Yeah. You don't rush. You don't rush anything. You don't rush any of the unlocks except Dritz. You can rush straight to Dritz.